Hi, I'm Jared.
And I'm Colleen.
And this week on Hood Slappers, we're going to be reviewing the 2024 Volkswagen Atlas.
Don't forget to hit like and subscribe.
In 2018, Volkswagen entered the mid-sized SUV market with their brand new, made for North America, third row VW Atlas. Very quickly, the Atlas resonated with consumers and slid right into the list of third row SUVs that you should consider. But as we said before, the mid-model SUV market is a very competitive one, and that means that your vehicle needs to stay fresh. So, Volkswagen did a mid-model change in 2021, and that lasted until now with this, the all-new 2024 Volkswagen Atlas.
So this week, we want to take a look at some of the things that are the same, things that are different, and see if Volkswagen's new midsize SUV is better.
Brad?
Not quite. My name's Colleen, and I'll be your guest host this week.
Well, your paperwork checks out, but these are very big shoes to fill. Not anybody can just replace Brad. What can you bring to the table?
Well, I love cars, I drive an Atlas, and I can give a bit of a mom's perspective on things. What did Brad bring?
Well, he had a 2010 Corolla that we made fun of.
Well, okay, let's keep things going and show our viewers some of the things that are the same on the Atlas from last year. The 2024 Atlas has changed its diet and lost 77 pounds of weight, but doesn't have the benefit of showing it off, as it still looks the same size, maintaining the same measurements as the previous model in height, width, and length. A woman's worst nightmare, am I right, ladies? The Atlas also has very familiar body lines, as they too carried over from the previous model.
And this has a few people nitpicking the Atlas, saying that too much carried over from the last generation and not enough changed. And unfortunately, well, that is true. For example, the tires are still rubber. The body of the vehicle, well, that's still metal, and I didn't think Volkswagen would have the gall, but yes, even the windows are still glass.
But that's where it ends. Volkswagen has completely changed the rear of the Atlas, while sculpting a light setup that could arguably compete with any premium brand, as the Atlas's LED taillights are connected by a light bar meeting the backlit VW logo, leaving nobody wondering what vehicle brand you are driving.
A similar light bar can be found at the front of the Atlas, meeting at yet another illuminated Volkswagen logo that connects these all-new IQ stackable headlights that will pivot when you turn to help maximize your visibility at night. And also notice there's no fog lights on this vehicle. That's because Volkswagen has integrated their very own bad weather lights in this setup.
But the front end of the Atlas also reveals another new change to Volkswagen's newest midsize SUV. Perhaps the biggest change.
And that change is Volkswagen completely dropping their 3.6-liter V6 and going only with their 2-liter 4-cylinder engine. Now, before you go and start sending us your hate mail, I think it's important we discuss this a little bit further.
That's right, because VW has always offered the 2-liter as an option on the Atlas, only now it has new injectors, friction improvements, and increased fuel pressure.
Not only that, but although this 2-liter might have 7 less horsepower than the V6, where it really matters is this 2-liter offers 7 more pounds of torque than the V6. It also has better fuel economy at a combined 10.8 liters per 100 kilometers.
And for those of you wondering, the Atlas maintains its towing capacity of 5,000 pounds.
And I think this is important information to remember because much like the V8 in cars was replaced by the V6 and ultimately the 4-cylinder, we must remember the technology is progressively getting better in vehicles. And what Volkswagen did is they created a 2-liter that was better than their V6 and gave more for their consumers. I thought I said no more hate mail.
No, that bag has your name on it.
I'll take this in my porta potty.
Another notable change for 2024 is the removal of the entry-level Trendline and a massive list of new and improved features on the Comfort line.
Volkswagen also offers a brand new trim for those of you looking for something a little more rugged with all-terrain tires, black and silver highlights, and a brand new color, avocado green. And they call this the new Peak Edition.
Not to be confused with Jared peaking in high school. That's completely different.
Can I talk to you off set for a minute? Listen,
going on?
I'm the funny one here, okay? I'm the one that tells the jokes. And by the way, you're not laughing too loud at them. Can we straighten that? The updated interior has also shifted to a cockpit that is more driver-focused, bringing with it hints of the Golf R interior, but with a more luxurious feel, more practical elements, and the same shifter. Not only is this stylish though, it also is ergonomically sound. For example, there is more than one way to operate your climate control. You can push this button down here that says climate, or if you wanted to bypass that button, you can also push here on your all-new 12-inch display screen. If you don't want to smudge the screen, well, you can also give the vehicle voice commands, like this. Hey Volkswagen, I'm hot. And just like that, you cool down.
And here's a tip for quick access to your heated seats. Simply take your fingers and tap here on your climate control. This will instantly turn on your heated seats. And this is the same for the GTI and the Golf R.
Well, I like it, but now it's time to go for a test drive to check out the engine, to see what else is new in the car, and to get a mom's perspective on what she likes.
Great idea. Can I drive?
Can I talk to you for a minute? Listen, I'm the one that drives on this show, okay? All right? That's all I got going in my life right now. Well, Colleen, here we are in the all-new 2024 Volkswagen Atlas, and I want to know your first thoughts.
Well, as a mom, one of the first things I notice is the nice empty space here in the center console. I just think about all the things that I'm carrying along with the kids. That's a really good space that they've opened up, which is different from the Atlas that I have.
And what sort of things did you bring that you never thought you needed, or?
That you never knew you needed. Snacks. Snacks.
Well, everybody eats
all
snacks.
the time. Yeah.
Fish? Goldfish?
Oh, goldfish are a big hit. They end up everywhere.
Yeah. There's probably some in this car somewhere.
Yeah. Your pockets, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that storage is really great. It's also good. You can hide things from the kids. Those snacks.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because there's not much room in this little center console. I mean, there's room for snacks, but not my kind of snacks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like lots of snacks, so that would be where
Bag
this
of
would come
chips.
in handy for me.
Yeah, there you go.
And then they got this thing here. I mean, my wireless charger's down here, and they give you this cover. Viewers, if you can see it back there, where I can cover that.
Yeah, that's
But let's be honest, that's probably going to be open
always
99% of the time.
Yep. And two charging ports there.
Two charging ports,
That's
yeah.
nice. Yeah.
And this is loose change.
For anyone that still has loose change.
Loose change. I would put loose change in the car just to have that jingling sound when you're driving. Something about the jingling in the pockets.
Yeah.
Like loose change is a good thing.
Another really good feature is the folding seats in the back. You can actually fold the seats with the car seat in the vehicle. So you can get into the back third row there with leaving the car seat in. I really like that. All you moms know out there, taking out a car seat can be a real pain in the... Yeah, you know what. Something else that I really like on the Atlas is the easy open tailgate. So you can just kind of have your foot underneath or your hand, but usually your hands are totally full with kids, strollers, bags, whatever.
You put your hand underneath the sensor?
Bumper, yeah, you know, when you drop things.
Okay, all right.
Kids are down there.
Okay. Oh, the kids can do it for you.
Yeah. So you can just do that and then the trunk will open, so hands-free, which is a bonus.
That's very good. I'll tell you from my perspective, and this is good. We have a mother and we have a father. However, my favorite thing about this car is it is very driver focused. I kind of feel like everything's near me, almost angled towards me. I'm very comfortable. Not that the other Atlas wasn't comfortable, the previous generation, but they did a nice job with this. And to be honest with you, I'm just driving it. I'm going 78. That's it. You know, the V6 doesn't mean much to me. I mean, it's not doing anything for me that this can't do. So, as a driver, I don't own the car. I haven't had it for years, but this 4-cylinder, it's so far so good.
And something I really like too about the 2-liter is, for me, I prefer a little bit more torque over the horsepower. Well,
that's where it counts, right? That's where you want to, you know, if this went off the line of the V6, this would probably take off a bit sooner. Not that you're racing Atlases, maybe you are.
Well,
kind of cool if you could.
Yeah.
But you know, it's that idea that you're going to lose some in the horsepower, but you're going to gain it in the torque. Tomato, tomato, as as they say.
Yes, yes, exactly. And something else which is different from my Atlas, the infotainment system. I really like how the screen, it's so big. As somebody who should be wearing glasses, I really like how it's a lot bigger. It almost feels zoomed in for me. So yeah, I really like that.
So Volkswagen, if you had an Atlas before or a Crossport, you would know that the Volkswagen has a Fender audio system. Now they've gone away from that and now they paired up with Harman Kardon. Brilliant sound system. One thing that gets me though is you go to adjust your sound and it gives you these 4 options for kind of tuning your sound. Pure, relax, if you can see that behind us, speech, and vibrant. And I don't know, it doesn't give you an idea of what kind of music is pure, relax, you know, to give you sort of a guide. I don't know if you have any ideas, Colleen, what you would listen to?
Well, for the speech setting, to me, depending on the day, I definitely want to have maybe a bit of a podcast going.
Yeah.
A little bit of F1 DRS or Armchair Expert.
Oh, good shout-outs.
Oh,
good
yeah.
shout-outs. All right, well, what about relax? It looks that's already relaxing.
Yeah, I know. Maybe Jack Johnson.
Jack Johnson, oh,
yeah,
okay.
some Tragically Hip, that always kind of gets me.
Yeah, okay. Pure, what are we thinking? That guy's, he's a DJ of sorts, got his record.
I'm really into the Fugees right now.
Fugees.
I feel like that would really maybe work.
Now, she's got a new album, Lauryn Hill, coming out, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. And then Vibrant. I mean, that guy's having a good time, right? He's got his bracelet there.
Yeah, that is me at a Beyonce show.
Have you seen Beyonce live?
Yes.
Have you?
More than once.
How many times?
3.
3 times. Does she get better with each one, or is it like, the first one was the best?
Always better.
Really?
Don't know how she does it?
Now, to our viewers out there, this is the Highline model. Most reviews out there, you probably saw the exec line. We're not as good as them, so we kind of got to take a step back. But this is a Highline model. If I was to go to the exec line, Colleen, what sort of things would I get in the car?
Well, you have the option of the R-Line package.
That's just an aesthetics package.
Yeah.
Bigger rims, some blacked out things. That's nice.
Yeah, it looks a bit different. There is a optional heads-up display. Yeah.
First time in the Atlas.
Which, I don't know. I'd have to see it.
You would. It would be right in front of you. If you were,
Right.
yeah, and it's got color too, but you know, you got the digital cockpit. To me, that's good enough, but heads-up display, I don't know.
Call me old school. I don't know.
Old school.
Yeah. There's also the park distance control.
Can I just say, I've used that for the first time. Do you have that in your car?
No.
I've used that for the first time in my life in an Atlas. I was driving a while back. It is actually pretty cool. It does your perpendicular and your parallel parking. Parallel? Parallel.
Yeah, that word.
Parallel.
Yep.
Yeah. And yeah, it's brilliant. It's witchcraft in the sense that your car knows exactly what to do, but man, once you know what you're doing, that is a great thing to have.
Get used to it, yeah.
Now, Colleen, we've already said this is a very competitive segment, and it really, really is. And it's a growing one, too. So what would compete directly with this vehicle in this segment?
Well, the top contenders currently would be a Toyota Highlander and a Honda Pilot.
Yeah, now you got your secondaries, you got the Explorers, and you got, you know, those other ones there, but the direct competitors, yeah, the Honda Pilot and Toyota Highlander, great cars. Pilot just got refreshed as well, so everyone is at their peak right now in terms of, you know, who's going to be the champ this year with the best car. But I think Volkswagen's doing well.
Yeah, it's a nice ride.
The book Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand talks about the importance of an independent mind in order for society to succeed. And I think the Atlas really echoes that book, as Volkswagen took a few liberties and didn't change everything on the vehicle, but they changed one thing drastically, and that's the engine, really doing things their own way. And from front to back, through to the interior, we really appreciate what the Atlas did, and it still competes very aggressively in one of the hardest markets to compete in. Of course, we learned today that the look is much better. The interior features and lists is a longer one, and it's mom approved. So with that, I give the all-new 2024 Volkswagen Atlas my hood slap of approval.
Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
A huge thank you to our friends at Volkswagen Waterloo for letting us borrow this all-new 2024 Volkswagen Atlas. If you want to put an order in for one, you can reach them at 550 Weber Street North in Waterloo, Ontario.